Hello, hello, familia. Welcome. My name is Magdalene Janet. If you are new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. And come visit me on TikTok and Instagram. I'm there daily. And of course, welcome back to my oldies but goodies, familia. So more new e.l.f. makeup. Well, this is the last one as of now. You guys know e.l.f. always releases makeup so randomly. We never know when it's coming. You guys know I love a good under eye brightener. If you're not familiar with what that is, it essentially brightens and color corrects this darkness here. For me, I like to use yellow color correctors or yellow brighteners to color correct and also help brighten this area. And then I can go in with concealer. Depending how thick and how much coverage an under eye brightener provides, you can use it by itself, but for the most part, you always use it with a concealer. The new e.l.f. Putty Color-Correcting Eye Brighteners retail for $6. I have two shades, light medium and fair. They come in 6 shades. These under eye brighteners work to correct the appearance of dark circles and illuminate the under eye area for a refreshed look. Primes and smooths the skin to extend wear of concealer infused with skin-loving squalene, hyaluronic acid, and ginseng root extract. The key ingredients is squalene and hyaluronic acid. You can fake a good night's rest with this medium to cover under eye brightener. It has illuminating pearls to brighten and color correct. And you know, let me show you a color wheel here to explain a little bit what color correcting is. As you can see, the color wheel on the opposite end of each color, that's the color that corrects the other color. So for example, if you see blues, purples, on the other side, you'll see that oranges, yellows color correct that area. To color correct red, you see more of the greens, olive colors on the other side. So that's essentially how you look at a color wheel and determine what covers what. So let me open these up. So this is fair. You see how it's pinker, and here is light medium. Okay, so I like to get my color correctors, especially if they come in a pot, with a little brush. Oh, this thing is pink. It's funny, recently I used a pink color corrector. I'm like, let me see how that works, because I used to use it and I don't like it. It does not color correct as well as my yellow color correctors, because the yellow really covers up those blues and purples that I mainly have. Like, I don't know if you can see if I look up. They're like purples and blues. So here we go. This is very creamy. Fair and light medium. Light medium can be a bit of a concealer shade too. Yeah, but, and I didn't wear any eyeshadow purposely so that you can see how it color corrects. Oh, this is creamy. Creamier products, I like to use a sponge to blend out. Okay, now let's blend out. Let's just see. And all I'm doing is tapping. Let's see, this is more, it's a brightener. So is it brightening? Yes. Did it color correct also? A little bit. I feel like it did. It's very hydrating. Okay. I kind of likes. Guys, I like this. Let's see. My favorite, a bit of a warm tone. How would this work? Yeah, you see that? Okay, if you let it sit for a little bit, it warms up. It gets a little bit thicker, but it doesn't dry at all. You see how creamy this is? You see that shine even in the container, that glowiness. I like to add a good amount because I'm blending it with the sponge. The sponge will always give us more of a natural coverage and can remove a little bit of coverage as opposed to a brush. You know, talking about a brush, let's use a brush here. But anytime I use like a brightener or corrector, I like the sponge because when I go over with concealer, that's even more product. So I like to just layer lightly, and the sponge definitely helps us with that. I think the sponge is giving us more of a lighter, more of a, I don't know, like filtered look than the brush. Which one do you like more? I'm liking light medium better. And here, let me show you what the lights turned off. I find fair, it's pink, but I think it's a little bit too light for my undertone. What do you think? Not my undertone, my under eyes versus the light medium. The light medium, I see this darkness peeking through. You see that? Hold on, let me add more. Let it sit. Okay, now let's blend. I don't know. What do you think? I'm not sure yet. Okay, fam, so I'm thinking. I'm gonna add a little bit of concealer. This one size concealer, it's super full coverage. So when I mean a little, I'm gonna add that much. But I still want the brightener underneath. The brightener is very hydrating and I feel like it's going to crease. That's the thing about products that are super hydrating, especially the under eye area, is that it's super hydrating. It could look great or it could look not so great, which is why I'm using more of a full coverage and a matte. So this dries down matte, which means the brightener underneath should help it out where it won't really dry down too much. Yeah, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, we have good coverage. And with brighteners, if you ever put your concealer on and you feel like I need a little more umph, you can add the brightener right underneath to brighten this area. Now that we added a little bit of concealer, I'm just going to blend here, turn the sponge around and blend the other side. It looks good. I do like this hydratingness of it. I'm just gonna have to see how it sets because it may not set as well. It is creasing a little bit, but that's fine. We do know something that's super glowy will crease because it doesn't really dry down. Lids look really good. As always, we have to set this down because I have very creasy under eyes, so we need to, you know, set these puppies down. And I'm gonna use my Dermablend powder. I'm gonna use a powder I know and love that works extremely well. I'm gonna even it out, just pressing it in like this. I'm going to look up and start setting this down, not these. What I like is that it feels very, very hydrating. I was gonna use it alone. I felt like it wasn't giving us enough coverage. Again, these are brighteners, they're not concealers and they're not correctors. They're just gonna give you a little bit of brightness. I do wanna show you how I would typically use a brightener, especially something that's very hydrating. I really like it to go underneath a full coverage concealer because I love full coverage, and then probably go back with the brightener like we did right now. So what time is it? Let me grab my phone. So it is almost 11. You guys know we're gonna do an all-day wear test. So I'm gonna finish up the face and then I'll be back. All right, familia. At first, I'm like, do we like these? I was like, I don't know. Do they work? But right now I'm looking at my under eyes. They look bright. This one especially, right? Which one is this one? Fair? The pinky one? You don't see darkness peeking through anywhere. There's a little creasing, but like I told you guys, anything hydrating will always crease. Something that's thicker will crease as well. So that's why I was a little worried about these because I'm like, I'm not sure, which is why I added that matte concealer. So a matte concealer would dry down a little bit. That one especially does. It works with something that's very glowy. If I would have used a glowy concealer or something very hydrating, I think there would just be too much slipping and sliding going on. Look at this coverage though. Fair, light medium. Yeah, okay. Fair is definitely more creasy, so I don't like that because I already naturally have creasy under eyes. So we're starting off with creases. Who knows how we're gonna look at the end of the day? You know, we're not trying to look astadas. I like the highlighting. I mean, it's definitely brightening. Like it's doing the damn thing, you know? Let's go in front of the window so you can see how things are looking in daylight because it may look way different in front of the window, you know? And my lip combo, it's not a combo, it's just one. It's Shopping Spree from L'Oreal. Okay, bye. All right, familia, this is how the under eyes look. Ooh, the side with no piercings is the fair, and then this is the light medium. Yeah, that brightening, it's brightening. I think I'm still liking fair a little bit better, but there's that creasing going on. This one's a lot smoother. I mean, this looks good too. We definitely have the brightening effect. And my blush is blushing. This side more than this side, huh? Okay, see you later. Amelia, I'm back. It is 9:30. We've had the brightener on all day long for about 10, 11 hours. But you know, I got some footage for you at around 5 o'clock. And wow, they were looking beautiful. The left one, you know, the one with no piercings, is the shade Fair. It's the lighter shade. I really was liking how this looked. It really gave that highlighted, brightening look. And on the other side is the shade Light Medium. The brightening is not as bright, but it's also because the shade is different. It's a little warmer, but wow, I was very surprised. First of all, the lids look good, right? No creasing, no separating. You can kind of tell, especially at the end of the day, because the lids do create oils. It's the under eyes though that don't really create oils. I am creasing like even more than what we started. Kind of knew that because we already started with creases. It's because this product is so hydrating, you're gonna crease. That's just one of the things I see. The way to really combat that is add a good full coverage matte concealer. I probably should have added a little bit more to kind of get a little in there with that matte concealer, but it's okay. Like, now we know how to work with the product a little bit better. Overall, I really like these. They definitely brighten up the under eyes for sure. It color corrected a tiny bit. Typically with brighteners, you wear them with a concealer. You could wear them alone, kind of like the NARS one you could wear alone. Like the NARS and e.l.f. have the same amount of pigment. e.l.f. is a lot glowier, and you can see, e.l.f., you see that glowiness, and here it's a tad bit matte. This isn't a matte brightener. They're very similar in the sense, like the feel, because this is so glowy, it kind of messes with what you have going. It's movable and it's gonna crease. Does it look bad? No. I would just also suggest use the matte concealer, like the fuller coverage, a thicker concealer that you know will lay down and quickly set your under eyes before the creasing starts. It worked out well. It did the job of a brightener. It literally brightened up my under eyes. Look, I'm bright. Anything faded, everything really looks good. So for the $6 you're gonna spend on a brightener, I definitely think it's worth it, especially because I don't even see a lot of drugstore brighteners out in the market. There's a lot of color correctors, and there's kind of like a fine line. Color corrector and brighteners, they're different. I feel like brighteners can mesh to both sides of correcting and brightening, but color correctors typically just correct the under eyes, don't really do the brightening part. Now that I wore the product all day long and I've been keeping track, I'm like, okay, I need to articulate and explain everything because I'm just doing a 1-day wear test with these. What I'm most surprised about is how bright my under eyes look. And I definitely don't look gastada. I feel like I look super awake, super bright, you know, and it's been all day long. Yeah, this is it, fam. Let me know your thoughts on these. Did you pick them up? Are you planning on picking them up? I bought mine on e.l.f.'s website. I'll link them down below for you if you're trying to pick them up, and let me know your thoughts. You know, we're always chit-chatting in the comments, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and support you always show me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.